Right. Hey guys, Alex back again with another video. I want to apologise for not uploading for what seems like a while. Um, for those of you who don't have me on Facebook, me and Jenny finally got married. Um, so I think that's a pretty good excuse to not upload, don't you?
Yep.
So
I do suppose.
yeah, that's why I've not been uploading. We've been focusing on final preparations for that, getting everything ready, and just actually getting married and stuff. So that is why I haven't uploaded in what feels like forever. It probably hasn't been, but that is why, in case you're wondering where I've been. So I'm going to continue with my best albums for the 80s series that I started a couple of weeks ago. I've done 1980, I've done 81, so it's time to get on with 1982. Again, huh?
I drowned.
So before I begin, this is just my opinion. Obviously, I will probably miss out maybe one of your favourite albums, or whatever. I don't have every album from 1982 that I may have included in this list, but this is just out of the ones that I do own. So yeah, let's get on with this. If you're a bit confused as to why I'm doing this, look back over 1980, or I'll even give you, actually I'll give you a quick recap now. Basically, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, Vinyl Richie started doing a little thread of like give me 10 albums from 1980, and Andy Borders from Andy's Vinyl Den continued it on, and I jumped on the trend, but I never finished the series, and I always wanted to go back and finish it, but because it's been a few years since then, I've got more subscribers, and my taste in music would have changed a lot since then. I thought I'm just going to go back and start the series again, so that's why we're doing this. So anyways, enough chit chat, let's get on with my top 10 albums of 1982. Number 10, Donald Fagen, The Nightfly. Really nice album. Obviously IGY was a big hit on here. The title track is a good one. New Frontier's a good one. Green Flower Street. Really, really nice album. Just a really easy listening to album. If you like Steely Dan, you'll really like this. But yeah, absolutely stellar album there. Can't go wrong with a bit of Nightfly by Donald Fagen. Ooh. I don't know where I'm putting these, so I'm just gonna make some room. Right, number 9, Combat Rock by The Clash. My personal favourite Clash album. I know everyone will have their opinion on this, but this has always been my favourite Clash album, having songs like Should I Stay or Should I Go, Rock the Casbah, Straight to Hell is on this, Overpowered by Funk is on this. Really, really, just a great album from start to finish. And I don't really collect a lot of punk music. For those of you who follow the channel regularly, The Clash is about, I think, the closest I have in my collection to punk. So really, really happy that this is an OG that I own. And the drummer of The Clash, Topper Headon, from this time actually lives kind of local, so fun little fact there. Yeah, The Clash, Combat Rock. Absolutely love this album, adore it. And yeah, I do really like The Clash. I wish I had a few more of their albums. Unfortunately, they are either beat to crap or people ask way too much for them when they're in good shape. So, anyway, Rio by Duran Duran. Really nice. Obviously, it has the title track Rio on it. Has Save a Prayer on it. Hungry Like the Wolf, I think, was the massive single off of here, as was My Own Way. Really good album. A great second album for them, because obviously their last one came out in 81, which I believe I showed last time. I can't remember. Go back and have a look. But yeah, Duran Duran, Rio, really awesome album there. Yeah, another band I really like from the 80s. You might see a few of their albums crop up throughout these videos, just because they're definitely one of my favourite 80s bands. Yes, Rio by Duran Duran. This is number 87. This is Toto's 4. I believe it's their 4th studio album. Pointless calling it 4 if it was. Rosanna on here, It's a Feeling. Africa is the monster hit on this album. I'm sure everyone knows Africa by now. Young or old, doesn't matter how old you are. I'm sure you've heard Africa somewhere, whether it be you grew up with this album, or you've heard it on the radio, or a TikTok or something like that. I don't know, but absolutely phenomenal album. I think I do prefer Toto's debut over this. You know, the one with Hold the Line and Georgie Porgy and all that, but this is still a really good album from Toto. And the rest of the album actually sounds completely different to Africa, which really took me by surprise, and probably why I like the album so much. Anyway, next we have, what was that, 7? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hall & Oates, H2O. The album that has Manita on it. This was a big album as well. Delayed Reaction, Art of Heartbreak, Open All Night, Italian Girls. Yeah, another great album. Really awful cover though. I've never liked the cover of this album. You know, just scared and someone sweated, and then on the back you've got all the notes sweating there as well. The covers never really interested me, but the album's really good. Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, the album is really good as well. But Hall & Oates aren't famous for their covers, are they? Their album covers, are they? Oh, they are, but they do have a few bad album covers. So that'll be why. Right. As we get to the top 5 here, Roxy Music, Avalon, my favourite album from Roxy Music. Absolutely love this. More Than This opens the album, I believe. Yes, it does. Avalon is on here, While My Heart Is Still Beating. Take a Chance With Me. Just a really good album from Roxy Music. I personally think it's their best, but obviously it's the album that introduced me to Roxy Music, made me a fan of Roxy Music in general, so I'll always have a soft spot for this album when it comes to Roxy Music, and it's still my favourite one, as you can see. That's why I'm showing it as my 5th favourite album from 1982. Yeah, really good stuff. And I believe their only 80s album. I think all the rest are from the 70s. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Which I could be, I don't remember. I don't have all of Roxy Music's discography, so I can't share my opinion on that, but all I know is this album is my favourite from them and my 5th favourite album of 1982. 4. D-Train, You're the One for Me. Really good album. Here has the title track You're the One for Me on it, which is also used in the soundtrack to Grand Theft Auto 5, which is the game Jenny's currently playing in the background. Walk On By's on this album.
There are lots and lots of things to do.
Keep On is on this album. The song that introduced me to D Train, actually. But yeah, love this album. Have loved it for a while, and yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't in the last video I did for 1982 because I didn't have it on vinyl back then, but now I do. And I've put it this low because although I discovered it later than these other 3 albums that I'm going to show you, it's still one I spin regularly. It's just the next 3. The next 3 I spin almost all the time, and I'm listening to the songs off of this all the time as well. And all of these albums are, you can just play from front to back, and there's no film. I mean, I think about all of these. You can just play them front to back, and there's no filler. But I seriously mean that for all 3 of these albums I'm about to show. So number 3, is Friends by Shalimar. Absolutely my favourite album by them. The album that got me into their music. Has their massive hit I Can Make You Feel Good on this album. I'd Like to Remember is on this album. There it is. Friends are all singles off of this that were kind of big. Actually where Jeffrey Daniels, one of the band members who actually invented the Michael Jackson's moonwalk, and he let Michael Jackson use it, and Michael Jackson made it famous. So yeah, there's another interesting fact for you. Michael Jackson learned how to moonwalk off Shalimar's Jeffrey Daniels. And speaking of Michael Jackson, Thriller is coming in at number 2. Yeah, it really does pain me to put this album at not a number 1, but I'll explain why when I get to my number 1 pick. But this is another really, really great album, of course. Want to Be Starting Something opens the album. 6 Minute Monster, Baby Be Mine, which is my favourite Michael Jackson song. It has The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney, obviously the title track Thriller, which everybody knows, the famous 13-minute music video. Still my favourite music video of all time. Beat It is on here, Billie Jean, Human Nature, PYT, and The Lady in My Life. Yeah, Quincy Jones production at its finest. Of course, can't go wrong with a bit of MJ. Absolutely love this album from him. I definitely think it helped his solo career take off a lot bigger than it already was, because obviously he had Off the Wall before this, and Ben, and all those other hits that we know. But this really helped push him into the mainstream, past that sort of soul R&B. This pushed him into being the king of pop that we knew him to become. And yeah, just absolutely incredible stuff there. So Michael Jackson's Thriller is at number 2. Oh, excuse me. And at number 1 is ABC, The Lexicon of Love. Now, the reason this is number 1 is because although I probably listen to Thriller on the regular, like the most out of any of these, this is what I've gone on record to say this is my favourite 80s album of all time. This is what I think is also the best 80s album of all time. So that's why I put it at number 1. Not because it is my favourite obviously, but I think it's also the best album from the 80s. And I do stand by that. So of course, great album from ABC, their magnum opus, if you will. But yeah, just I think this album defines the 80s and the sound that you had going around that time. Of course, Show Me, Poison Arrow, Many Happy Returns, Tears Are Not Enough, The Look of Love, Date Stamp, All of My Heart. Just really, really incredible stuff on this album, and that's why I had to put it at number one. Not because of like, well, I mean, obviously this list is all favoritism, but I genuinely believe that this is the best album from 1982. So that's it, guys. That's it for my top 10 albums of 1982. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you're not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And what else do I need to say? Make sure that bell's switched on. That way you never miss an upload. And yeah, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!